This is your host, Pedro.
And I'm Ricardo.
And today we're going to do some topics about video games and our favorite TV shows.
Yeah, we wanted to talk about a bunch of shows that are doing really well right now. And we wanted to give our 2 cents on how we feel about them.
And some shows that are going down the drain.
Yep. Also, we got some gaming stuff that we wanted to chat about. So hopefully you guys like what we got to say about those things. These subjects, I think we'd call it.
Yes, subjects. The first thing that we were talking before we started, the cryptocurrency.
Oh yeah, the Bit Guild. It's like a really cool concept, but it's so early that I think a lot of people are going to see it as like a scam more so than anything. Because when anything involving crypto feels like a scam coming out these days. Even though some of it is, but most of it's not. Like, you got the BitConnect stuff. BitConnect! But then you also got other stuff that's more useful for people in their daily life. Like in Japan, where you could just swipe things and then... Or show your QR code.
Yeah, I understand it.
And use the wallet real quick.
But
this is for people that don't, though.
But doesn't anything, when you hear about it first, doesn't it sound like a scam? So, to be honest, like, everything is all...
Kind of like McDonald's when they first started. I was thinking about that. Just like, wow, convenient service. This is too good to be true. It's like, yeah, at first it feels like this is how things should be done all the time.
But then you find out it is a scam because everything is frozen.
Well, yeah, it's fast food. So there is always going to be some kind of thing about anything when you first start a new business. And that's something people should consider. But, you know, it's fast, reliable food that you want. But come on, McDonald's, sponsor us, please. We love you. We're loving it. Anyway.
Yeah.
Going back to the BitChain thing, though. I really do like how, BitConnect... No, not BitConnect. We were talking about that as a scam. BitGuild. Sorry, I got all these bit names in my brain I have to sort through.
BitBrain. There you go.
Oh my god. Don't start a blockchain when we're podcasting, please. Anyway, what I was going back to was the BitGuild thing.
Yeah.
People like the idea of when you grind for an item in a video game, you want to be able to actually keep that item. You know?
So like DLC, but like you can move it anywhere you want, basically.
Yeah. Everything that has been coded is data. So there's no reason that data can't be transformed into the video game that you're going to be playing.
So I can go into Forza and save a car and take it into Fallout, basically.
Well, I was thinking more along the lines of any other racing game you wanted to play. But yeah. Or maybe a car from Grand Theft Auto that you've been working on for a while. You wanted to put that into a racing game. And you thought, oh, the two weren't compatible, but... Actually, it could take the shape and the actual speed of the car that's programmed and still run just like any other racing game.
But just add the physics of, like the video game.
Yeah, which I think we could work with. We've been making great strides as a species on procedurally generated items in video games. So if you ask, an AI, if you take a picture of an item in a video game, and you ask an AI to procedurally generate the way that item looks, but into a different video game style.
Yeah.
Like how you get a gun from No Man's Sky, and you wanted to put that into like Fallout, like you were talking about earlier. Those two seem more compatible to me because they have weapons, you know. So you want to keep the general genre, but the idea, basically, you want to keep it going.
Yeah. I get you. It's a transferring.
Yeah.
Like Bitcoins, but for video games.
Yeah, and there's just so much technology coming out, like AI, what was the voxels, I think they call them?
Yeah.
The new kind of polygons that you can use.
Something like that it helps, like, render...
Yeah, it's just a new kind of, it was a format, or...
I think it's a format.
Yeah. And that really works well for, like, procedurally generating things.
Yeah.
So, we have that, but we couple that with AI... artificial intelligence. It's basically like asking a sculptor to commission something for you and the idea. Except, you always pay him, basically. Or, not always pay him. The AI will always do what you say.
Yeah.
Because you programmed it to do that. But it has the ability to shape things in video games that we haven't be able to do yet. But
yeah, I understand. It's
if I was going to say, you remember, what was it, last year? I think at E3 they showed Skyrim, but for the Switch, and they showed the amiibos that you could put on. It's basically just like how amiibos work.
Then this year they joked around like stop buying Skyrim or like
Stop putting Skyrim on everything.
Yeah, but
and
then
then
like
Todd Howard's like, if they buy it, we'll put it on anything.
Yeah, and
I'm like, oh,
then
God.
he told people like stop buying it and we'll stop making more of it.
Like, why don't you put Daggerfall out or something as remastered or
which
something?
Which is understandable. I mean, like, I get it as a company standpoint. Like, you're gonna keep making it because people are wanting. You know, you see that people want it.
Yeah.
More.
I like getting sidetracked with this stuff.
Me too. And it's like right now, like loot boxes. A lot of loot boxes now. Like games, like game companies are realizing that's a bad idea.
Yeah.
They're like, well, Forza turned 10. They're by Christmas. They're already announcing that they're gonna delete loot boxes from Forza 7.
God, we need to get rid of loot boxes.
And Forza.
That'll be another thing we'll talk about.
Yeah, in Forza Horizon 4, they already said that they're not putting loot boxes or any type of microtransaction into the game because they see that their players don't like that. They hate it.
It's always been a form of gambling.
Yeah.
And the fun thing about chance and board games is that there's no consequence for it, whereas the actual consequence of gambling or putting gambling into video games is that people will spend a lot of their money. A lot. Some of them have diseases that they can't control. They just give out their money like that.
Yeah, and it just gets them addicted, and they won't stop. Like a game that did it recently was Shadow of War.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, they recently completely deleted all their loot boxes, microtransactions.
Star Wars as well.
Yeah, but it didn't save them. Like, you know, it just didn't pick up the game. People didn't pick up the game again. They just like stopped completely because of the microtransactions. That's what ruined Battlefront for EA, to be honest.
Yeah. I actually think that they would have done way better if they stopped focusing on loot boxes and then made it to where you could actually have in the previous the Star Wars games are sequels, but they're actual reboots of a different video game series, which is the Star Wars Battlefront from like 2004, the early 2000s.
Yeah.
And the early 2000s version, what I was trying to say earlier, sorry, I kept messing that up. What I was trying to say is that they had Starfighter mode and actual soldier combat, stormtrooper boots on the ground.
Like you can go in space and you can come.
It was seamlessly together. Instead, in this one, they're two separate game types, and it really does feel like they're two separate games altogether. And I think that's problematic when in previous incarnations of the game, you were able to actually make it to where you could board other people's ships, and it felt like actual space combat.
Yeah, but this is also what pisses me off about DICE doing Star Wars games. The whole vehicle thing, you getting in, you finding a vehicle, getting in and attacking, right? Yeah. Now you have to wait until, like, you summon the vehicle, get a token, find a token. And I think
that was in the first one.
Yeah,
and the second one, you just straight out started out.
I think that's kind of dumb, though. I like how they did with Battlefield 3. Like, you know, you just found a tank, you can get in the tank. You found a plane, you can get in the plane. I
mean, I want to find it interesting, but I don't like a lot of the parts of the video game where it's like, oh, you need this certain amount of points to get Yoda. I'm like, I'm never going to get that many points. I'm never going to play Yoda then. Yeah. Because I can't make it to that point system.
But yeah, I get no point system, but I'm talking about like in general vehicles or anything. I'm just saying like, for that game. Just put it on the map and let people find it and get in it. You know,
that would ridiculous. Be nice.
Yeah.
Or if I want to play as a Jedi, do I have to play as Yoda or the other heroes that you have?
And what's with they're making the new Battlefield 5 into a battle, you know, like a battle royale kind of game.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, no, we don't want building. We don't want to rebuild the environments that we just destroyed with a tank. We just want to shoot and run and shoot. You know, it's just they want to do too much with something that's already great.
What, Battle Royale?
No, like Battlefield, it's already great on its own. It doesn't need all this.
I thought it was alright, but I hear their sales are slipping because Battle Royale is doing so popular. Like, the funny thing is about Fortnite, it kind of reminds me of Disney in the sense that, you know how Disney, it's just a corporation, you don't really see any problem with it. But then once it starts buying out every other kind of studio and stuff, then you're like, oh, this is what's happening.
Like a succubi.
No, I was thinking more along the lines of amoebas. You know how amoebas absorb shit?
Yeah.
And then they get bigger and then they try to absorb more?
Yeah.
Is there a game called Egregio? Is that what it's like too?
Egregio?
Egregio, yeah. When that game came out, it's like you absorb other things, right?
Something
and
like
get bigger.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, that is, in a sense, how our capitalist society works. Anything can buy anything else. You know? In a sense that, when there's one big mega corporation just eating everything, then I could see why that's a big problem. And that's the way I see Disney, and that's the way I see, what was the thing I was talking about 2 seconds ago?
The guild bit?
No, not. It was right before I talked about Disney. Fortnite. I was talking about how Fortnite is doing an Egregio effect where it's absorbing everything else. And by that, I mean the customer base.
Yeah.
It's absorbing all the customers, and all the other games are getting harder and harder to keep up with that.
Yeah. Like everything that PUBG did, like vehicles. Okay, they did a spoof of vehicles. And the building, that was originally them. And the whole thing a while back that PUBG, the creators of PUBG tried to sue Fortnite for the Battle Royale.
Yeah.
I think that was ridiculous because, yes, it's a Battle Royale game like you, but like, you didn't invent it. Unreal Tournament, you know, like Quake.
I agree to some extent, but they needed to change some things. Like the battle bus is obviously a ripoff of the airplane. And then certain other things like that are ripoffs. Like finding chests and stuff out there. That's definitely from PUBG.
But what isn't a ripoff these days, though? What isn't a ripoff?
Oh, I'm not saying it should win the case, but I am saying that Fortnite didn't change enough of their stuff.
Well, they won the case. Fortnite, like...
Oh, no,
they won.
I'm not saying I hope they win or lose. I'm just saying I could see why they're pissed off. PUBG. I see why they're pissed off. Because it's like... basically saying you invented the same kind of car and then you only changed a little bit of the stuff, the paint job. You only changed the paint job and it's still the same.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from, and it's an interesting point of view with it. But I mean, to be honest, everything's complicated lately.
Yeah, but that being said, Fortnite updates their game a little more, and their game's more stable in my opinion. So that's why I don't really care for PUBG that much. I mean, it's good in the sense that it feels competitive when you're playing and you're going up against people, and you get when you get the kill, you definitely get that dopamine hit, like, oh wow, I almost died there, I can make it to the end, kind of feeling. But it's like, it's just too much, like too much connection problems and too many things that they're not fixing. Sorry for the pause. I was just trying to collect it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get these little call them brain farts.
Yeah.
I don't like that term. It's just something about it.
It's a very...
makes it sound like I'm shitting myself in my brain.
Yeah, like, where did that term come from? It's very, like, like, it's a brain fart, but, like... Yeah, another topic that would be interesting is, like, the controversy with games that have, like, sexualities. I mean, like, The Last of Us. People are complaining that The Last of Us Part 2, Ellie's gay. But the thing is, like, if you played the first one, you would have known she's been gay since the first one.
I just want to say, in the grand scheme of things, as a zombie apocalypse, who the fuck cares? You're going to be spending the majority of the game not talking, but killing.
Yeah. That's
what they should focus on. For advertising, I would say there's no point in putting the gay stuff, but it's like, just focus on the killing, the game mechanics of the game. You
Yeah,
know?
but
When Witcher came out, just wanted to put this out there, they didn't focus on his relationships when they came out with that. When the advertising comes, the advertising was that he's looking for this woman that he's had a past with, but it's not like he's making out with people and stuff. Well, he was looking for Yennefer so that way he could find Ciri with Yennefer's help, but it's like it didn't focus on the fact that they were fucking or that they had any kind of relationship.
Then you realize Witcher 3 was just a trailer for Cyberpunk this whole time.
Oh my god. Cyberpunk. Oh, that's an orgasm of a thought.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I hope when the game comes out, I know it's gonna be great. People are complaining that, oh, it's a first-person shooter. I'm like, so? Did you complain about Witcher? Was it great? Like, why you have doubts?
Yeah, that was third person. That made it harder to see camera stuff.
Yeah, it's like, why do you have doubts that they're not going to do a good job with first person, you know? I think it's going to be great and it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, in third person, I just think it would be cramped if you're able to go into buildings. Like, I'm actually really curious, how programmed is the game? Like, can you actually go into a building? How many floors are in a building? Is it just like you do like the Grand Theft Auto thing where it's like you just step into like a door and then it takes you to a certain floor?
Do you have to hold a button and click to get on your like car instead of horse now, or you just click once like Assassin's Creed? It's more fluent.
Also, wasn't it weird that they still have cars, but it's like super in the future?
It's flying cars.
2077, right?
Yeah. So you're still gonna have flying cars.
No, this wasn't flying cars. This was a regular.
No, but
car.
you're still gonna have cars though, no matter what.
2077. Come on, man.
Yes.
I don't think they're gonna have cars. The weirdest part about it was, did he start it with like a gas engine?
It's a game. It's a dystopian future. It's not.
Agreed. I'm just saying, it's a future car and it's still making noise, and there are cars now that don't make noise when you start it.
Again, it's a dystopian future.
Look, all I'm saying is, okay, it's the future, but it feels backwards sometimes.
For example, look at.
But not just that game, like all types of stuff.
Off topic. Look at the BMW i8. It's an electric hybrid car. Still has a motor in it.
Yeah.
It still makes motor sounds.
Yeah, but I'm talking like Tesla.
Yeah, I mean, it still makes a sound. It makes the sound of
Tesla,
a jet engine.
the silent killer. Tesla, sponsor us.
We want everybody to sponsor us.
Yeah, I'm shameless in the plugs.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, like, going back to what I was saying about, like, sexuality in video games, it shouldn't matter what sexuality the character is. I mean, if it puts a big story plot point in the game, okay, I understand for the character to have a sexual preference, right? But if it's just to, like, oh, the character's gay, just mention it, but it doesn't really do anything for the story, I think it's
I feel like it's subplot that doesn't really need to be brought forward.
Yeah.
And by that I mean, like, in comic books, did I ever read comics that were about, oh, this character such and such is getting married in this issue? No. I read comic books that are about superheroes beating people up and, like, fighting crime and stuff.
Exactly.
Fighting crime has nothing to do with their personal lives. And the fact that you have to know about Clark Kent, or, Superman's alter ego, Clark Kent, and know what he's doing at the Daily Planet. No, you don't. You never need to show that off.
But he's, like, I don't know, to me, Superman's always been a dumb superhero, because, like, glasses make a difference.
Yeah, I know, that's just, I can't even go into it.
I get what you're saying. Like, you really don't need to know, like, anything more that he's Clark Kent and Superman. You don't really need to know, like, his family life, his social life.
Yeah, but they make it a part of it. Oh, it gives the character this and this and this. No, it really doesn't. Two-dimensional characters are great because two-dimensional characters can go on a plane and platform things.
And the great part
That's
of
why
it,
two-dimensional video games exist.
And the great part of it is people can relate in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
They don't have to complain that they're not gay or straight or whatever. It's like in two-dimensional character, you can make it whatever you want in your head, to be honest.
Yeah.
And talking about all this, like, you know, sexuality in video games and things like that.
Yeah.
Also, like, to the people like that complain, it's like, you don't know how hard it is to make a video game. I have an idea. I went to school and learned how to make video games, and it's
tough to make video games.
It is.
It's even harder to make your video game characters compelling.
Yeah, and that's what people don't have an idea. And when they complain about it, is like, okay, if you want a gay character, straight character, what have you, how about you make yourself? You know, just go out and make yourself a video game if you want to complain about everything.
That is true. If you are one of those people that say, "Oh, I want the world to see me and me through a lens," like, well, then go through and put yourself into the world and have people perceive that, instead of you trying to get everyone else to implant your ideas into it.
Yeah,
or what you are.
In the first place, you should put yourself in their shoes, because then you're gonna know it's hard.
But don't get mad at people for not wanting to put your ideas in. What is this world coming to when this happens?
People are very sensitive, and it's a PC world, and it's ridiculous. It's just getting to that point where anything.
We gotta stop using the word PC though, because computers. It's just so hard for me to tell that difference from. We're talking about computers and politically correctness. We just need to call it absurdity.
Or pansies.
It's more insulting. I don't really think people get your messages and stuff. Just gonna put that there.
Yeah, it's true. Like now, like we were talking about, like Catwoman, the new Catwoman in the Arrowverse of Arrow.
Yeah.
It's Ruby Rose, and they're gonna make her, lesbian. And I get it, in the comic books and everything, she falls in love with a girl. But that's the point that I'm getting. Like, okay, that's.
She also adopted a young ward, right?
Yes.
Who was also a prostitute.
But I get it. Like, it's part of the comic book, so it makes sense. But like, let's say the whole controversy that happened with.
Oh, don't quote me on that. I don't read comic books that often. So please, if I get something wrong, just tell me in the comments, and I'll definitely try to get to it as soon as I can. Sorry.
Yeah, it's all good. Yeah, like I was saying, it makes sense. Like, if it's in the comics, it happens. It's already written, and I'm glad they're going with what's already written, right? But when it comes to like,
yeah, when they adapt things, they go a bit too far sometimes.
Like Teen Titans, the whole controversy that Starfire.
Fuck Batman.
That in Starfire is black. I'm like, to be honest, I don't care if she's black, white, Asian, whatever. But the thing that I care about, and what I think a lot of people are saying, is
I got a problem with it.
It's not a
flying is really difficult to do when you have an afro.
Yeah, but it's not.
I don't care what anyone says. That's just logic.
But it's not a race thing when it comes to Starfire. It's more like they're not portraying her accurate to what she is in the comics. And like, anybody could play that character as long as it's portrayed accurately.
I agree. Be like if they... Wait, is Beast Boy green in this?
Yeah, they CGI'd him green.
What the fuck? Why does that have to remain the thing, but Starfire has to be black? I don't get this. Couldn't they just color code her to be orange, but she could still be played by the black girl?
And she's just glowing. That's it. Like a glowing aura. Like an orange glowing aura, but not her skin. It's weird. It's very dumb. And the hair,
fuck?
And the hair is done very like out of place. To be honest,
how's her hair done?
It's curly. To be honest, I thought it was like a hooker in the show when I looked at the picture. Like a $5 hooker they were walking by, but it ends up being Starfire.
From this timeline or from like the past? It's like a hooker from like the 70s or something?
Yeah, like 80s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Everyone wants an 80s hooker.
Oh god.
The bright neon colors and shit. The hair, what do they call that? Hairspray?
Yeah.
Do people still use that?
Sometimes.
That was bad for the ozone, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so weird.
But people don't care.
Yeah. You know what I'm really into right now?
What?
Legion.
Legion's really good, yeah.
I hope they don't move it to FX too, because then I can't watch it. But it's just so fun. Like, I didn't realize you could adapt something and have it to be this much fun from
Aubrey
like an X-Men.
Plaza is Bay.
Oh, she's wonderful.
Yeah, she plays one of his alter egos.
Yeah, I also like the Carries. They're both fun.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, with that show, I like it because it reminds me of Shutter Island, kind of. Like, you don't know what time period or, like, universe you are at when you're watching it. You don't know what timeline this is at happening. Could be like it happened already, or it happened before, or I'm in a different universe.
That sounds more like Westworld. I was gonna go with, I like that the show itself is capable of showcasing what the X-Men universe is capable of, whereas it feels like New Mutants and some of the other stuff that they're doing, Inhumans, all those other stuff, it doesn't feel like it's even close to being in the same universe. It feels like it's too separate.
Yeah, parallel universes, right? Like, like the Old Man Logan universe with, you know, like Hulk, Old Man Hulk, and like Cable being goop.
Yeah.
Like a puddle.
That's so weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, I want to go back to Legion real quick.
Yeah.
When I'm talking about how much I like the show, I want Fantastic Four to be done in this kind of not this exact style, but I want it to be given this much appreciation.
Yeah.
When they adapt it, because you could really tell how much the people that are making Legion and that finale alone, it just gave me goosebumps from how good it was.
Yeah, it was good, and I think the show is just it's gonna go far. You know, every time it's on, every season gets higher ratings.
I'm not sure if they want to do that thing where it's like you do so many seasons that the company's just throwing money at your face saying, yeah, give us the show, give us the... I feel like Rick and Morty is kind of going through that right now.
Yeah.
Because they could advertise anything on Rick and Morty.
Well, actually, they were having trouble.
And Rick and Morty can advertise
But they were having trouble
things.
with their contract, though. That's why it was taking...
I'm sure, like, the stuff, the characters, I'm not sure if, like, how the contract was written, but isn't it that Cartoon Network owns the characters, or Adult Swim owns Rick and Morty, the characters?
Well, no, Dan Harmon and Justin Roiland, they own it. But the thing is, like, they were trying to get...
exactly sure of that? Or?
Yeah, they're complete owners of it, but the thing was that...
Okay, so if they wanted, they could move to Netflix if the thing gets...
Yeah.
Like, unfavorable for them.
Actually, talking about Netflix in Europe and in Canada, I believe, Rick and Morty is on Netflix.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
They deserve so much of that Netflix money.
Yeah, in Canada and...
So they're getting that Netflix money and they're not getting enough money from Adult Swim, and that's the problem?
Yeah, because Adult Swim didn't want to pay, give them higher pay for what they've been doing, and they know that...
Even though Season 3 obviously showed that they needed more money.
And they got
for incentive.
It's actually Season 3 was the highest rated season.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought Season 1 was way better. I thought a lot of people had a problem with the...
ending, yeah.
The Sesame Street. And the President episode.
But the thing that was problem with the ending was it's like, it was short. The episodes were short, and it's like... Like, see, you like...
I would say they were less fun for me.
Yeah, like Season 2, it was weak. You know, Season 2 was kind of weak.
Actually, I liked it a lot better, especially the episode where they go into the microverse for the engine. I thought that was done pretty well.
But yeah, like we were saying, like Season 3, yeah, the reason that those episodes didn't air is because Adult Swim wanted to shorten it, and Justin Roiland and Dan Harmon were like, why? You know, like... They were going through some things.
Yeah, Adult Swim does seem like the company. I feel like Mike Laszlo is definitely creatively in charge, but they have a bunch of lawyers and people behind the scenes telling them, hey, this would be a better strategy for this, and that. We don't need your permission. And it's like, ouch.
It's like a punch in the face to your art, basically. It's just...
Yeah.
It's just telling you, like, we don't care. As long as it makes money, we don't really care.
I'm not a big fan of that.
Yeah. So, like...
That's how it go.
Talking about companies, like screwing people over.
Were we on time?
That's a great question. It's 5:30. 5:30, I believe.
How long's the audio been going?
Doesn't really.
Sorry, people were just looking.
Yeah.
Wait, so we've been doing this for 9 minutes?
Feels like it, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
9 minutes.
It feels short, doesn't it?
No way that was 9 minutes.
I guess it was.
Really?
Well, no, when we started, was it 5? I think it's 30 minutes.
Yeah, sounds about right. Anyway, get back to it. You were saying about assholes?
Oh, yeah, Seth MacFarlane does the whole Disney deal.
Yeah.
That's happening with Fox, which they're saying that it's going to be next year. It's going to be finalized in January.
So what is he going to do?
Oh, he's excited that he's now no longer working with Fox for Orville or Family Guy.
What's going on with the Orville? I thought it was really good compared to Star Trek Discovery.
Well, they're getting a new season, but the thing is now it's now going to be owned by Disney. Oh. He's working with Disney. So my question is, are they going to move to the streaming service that Disney is doing, or are they going to make a TV channel?
I thought they would just stay on Hulu.
Or ABC.
Yeah.
Like, well, they do own shares. Disney's going to own shares of Hulu. So probably everything that's Family Guy, and if they keep The Simpsons, you know, like, because Fox wants to keep The Simpsons.
Yeah.
If they take The Simpsons and they take Family Guy, they take, you know, Orville. So it's gonna be probably on Hulu, but under Disney or like ABC, one of their.
As long as it doesn't mess up Empire, I'm alright. I love that show.
Wait, they're gonna own Empire too? I just realized. Yeah, they're gonna own a lot. So if
it's pretty ironic for that Empire to own a show called Empire. But that's just me.
Cue the crickets.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. Yeah, but like Seth MacFarlane was saying that he's glad he's not working with Fox anymore because they screwed him over a lot.
Like, they did?
Yeah, with the pay on the show. That's why it's taking so long to get another season of Orville, which we thought we were gonna see it this year.
I mean, after Cosmos, I think they kind of owe him. He made science learning more interesting by getting Neil deGrasse Tyson to work on it.
Yeah. But I mean, I really don't know what the future of Orville is or anything because they just announced a new season for Family Guy.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, what else are you into watching right now?
Castle Rock.
Oh my god, I love Castle Rock.
The first episode, kind of okay, what is this show about?
Dude, I didn't think they had the balls for that guy to kill himself the way he did.
Yeah.
That was great.
Well, that's what you get when you're on Hulu or Netflix. You get free, even Amazon. You get freedom, creative freedom to do anything. And yeah, when I saw the first episode, this kid, I'm like, what's going on with the kid? And I'm like,
you see the Twilight Zone reference?
Yeah.
That was so fucking cool. I didn't think they were gonna do it. I was like, this is exactly like that. And then they show it on TV. I'm like, what?
Then when they go to Shawshank, it was in my head, wait, Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah, the only story that ends with a good ending.
Yeah. Pretty much any Stephen King book, and that's the only one.
Oh, I saw they had Cujo in the newspaper thing too.
Yeah.
The crazy dog. I'm like, what? I missed Cujo. They should have definitely kept Cujo somewhere.
You know what I'm excited for? Christine, the car.
Oh, that's gonna make an appearance?
I hope so. Well, it's in the same universe as all the Stephen King books. It's just one universe. It's one of the towns.
So you think the Dark Tower stuff's gonna come in?
Hopefully, but I think that's more season 3, season 4 kind of thing.
Yeah. That'd be cool if Idris Elba comes back to reprise the role.
But remember how they're saying that the kid that was locked up in the water tank in that cell?
Yeah.
He was in man. He was more than man. He was the devil.
Yeah.
How they were saying that man knew.
He comes off as it.
Yeah, man
knew. It was creepy when he was talking to his cellmate.
Yeah, like how they were saying, like the man.
Spoilers.
The man that he fought, thought was just a man, but he's actually the devil himself. Something like along those lines, and.
Yeah.
Well, the thing in the scene.
And then all the crazy stuff stopped happening. I'm like, how do you know that?
Well, yeah, like his cellmate got cancer.
Everywhere.
Yeah, and they were like, I'm surprised that he walked into the prison cell.
Yeah. It was crazy. Like that's a red flag for ever touching that guy. Forgot what was his name? No. He doesn't have a name. I keep forgetting that.
The only name that he ever mentions is his lawyer's name.
Yeah.
Which is the kid that disappeared, like...
Yeah, the twists and turns in this show is pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah.
It really does feel like something out of Lost, but way better writing.
In terms of the main character, which is the guy...
And more likable characters.
Yeah, the guy. He finds out that... and people think that he killed his father. That his father says that he killed him.
Well, pushed him from that thing on the lake.
Yeah.
Right? And then his father was not dead. He just went back home with a broken back.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then what happens.
And
I'm not sure you want to talk about it.
Yeah, he thought he was kidnapped by one person, but it was another person.
Like, how did a kid push that guy off? Did the kid bring him over there and say, "Hey, look, Dad," and then pushed him? Like, how does that work? I once tried to push like, when I was a kid, I tried pushing a fat guy into a pool. It was pretty fucking difficult, and I didn't do it. He pushed me in instead, spoiler. Like, what do you think happened with the kid?
I think...
you think it was mind control?
I think it was, like, you know, since how they say in the show that weird things happen in that town.
Yeah.
People just kill themselves for no reason.
People can just shine. Like from The Shining, the actual like psychic powers.
Yeah, their truth just comes out, and that's why they kill themselves.
Yeah.
They're tired of living a lie and just. It's a crazy show, and I'm excited.
Haven't even shown Pennywise, and they're just busting nuts all over the place with the Skarsgård kid.
Well, I mean, it's in the town.
Man.
We finally know what town Shawshank took place. The movie Shawshank Redemption took place.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Yeah, and I'm excited to... Well, Pennywise, I don't want them to reveal him, like, this season.
I mean, yeah.
I want it to happen once the story gets darker, more things start happening.
Yeah, I could see that.
Like...
I'm really interested in what other books they're gonna, like, pull from, though. They have so much stuff. How did Stephen King write all this stuff in his lifetime? He's still alive and writing.
Isn't
and
The
it's
Mist?
it just blows my mind.
Isn't The Mist?
Yeah, I think so. Or The Fog or whatever.
The Fog, yeah, something like that. Well, isn't it like one of those aliens? He's from a
I think those were aliens.
Yeah, but he's from no, they were from an alternate universe.
Maybe from a different one?
Yeah. So they might be it because it is he's a creature that turns into anything, right? But
a shape-shifting construct, supposedly.
He's anything.
Even though he has the power to make things hover and just like what he did with Beth, I still like how it should have ended.
He's just like this and just like run.
Yeah, Hishy did a really good thing on just make him float. You could have stopped him at any point. And you just chose not to.
And opened her mouth and just like...
Yeah.
Sucked him in, gobbled him.
How was she not scared when he did that to her, though? Wouldn't you be scared at that point?
Yeah.
Then he could just eat her? Did they have to be the most delicious for him to eat him? It was a bit confusing on certain things. But I think definitely the dude did really well as it.
I can't wait
What's his name? Peter Skarsgård or something like that?
Something like that. And I can't wait for part 2.
Yeah, his brother was on that show I liked, True Blood. I thought True Blood was decent. I like vampire stuff. They
got Bill Hader for part 2.
Really?
Yeah. He plays one of the kids from the Losers Club.
He's probably playing Richie.
Probably. Oh, yeah.
He could definitely go down that piece of shit fucking road. The kind of person you're doing this. Shut the fuck up, Richie.
Because Richie, yeah, I see Bill Hader as Richie because he has always played an asshole in everything he's done.
Who you think to get the other kids?
Well, they should.
It's gonna really sound really racist, but I don't remember the black kid's name. Well, Franklin?
I don't remember, but what if they got Michael B. Jordan?
That'd be pretty fucking cool. Not gonna lie.
He turns out to be a badass.
He is a badass, yeah. Straight out of Black Panther. He's just gonna go Killmonger on it. I'm gonna burn it all down.
Turns out it inspired him to be in the military.
Oh, good. If you could just, like, I wish someone made a supercut of it. Just every time Michael B. Jordan's Killmonger character just started talking in Black Panther. Just everything that he ever said.
And that's who I feel should have been Spawn for the new Spawn movie coming up.
Oh, Michael B. Jordan?
Yes, instead of Michael J. Fox.
I gotta disagree with you there. I think there's this other up-and-coming guy. That's pretty good.
Luke Cage could have done it.
Yeah, I like the dude who played Marcus in Detroit Become Human. What's his name? Something. What is his name? Something. I can't remember it.
It's a good
But
game.
that guy, he played Marcus. He'd be a great Spawn.
Yeah, but I feel like because they wanted an older Spawn.
See, that's the thing. I want someone that's going to be able to work for 10 years at least. A 10-year commitment.
But here's the thing again, though. Spawn is not just one. There's different Spawns from different timelines and different, ages.
Yeah.
So, I like that. It's...
Well, okay, just to play younger Spawn, I'd like someone with his acting range.
I agree, but, like, Michael J. Fox as older Spawn, I don't see it. I see more like a built bigger...
Michael J. Fox?
Jamie Foxx, my bad.
Jamie Foxx? He's gonna play Spawn now?
Yes, Jamie Foxx. That's what I said, Jamie Foxx.
I think he should play Green Lantern. You know which one I'm talking about.
Yep, he should play Green Lantern. That's who I think should play Green Lantern, but who plays Luke Cage, he would make a perfect Spawn.
Yeah.
He has the voice, he has the height, the build, the age.
Spawn's gonna be really awesome when it comes out.
I hope it's good and I'm not disappointed.
I haven't seen a superhero movie in a while that made me disappointed. At least not the ones that are not related to comic books. The ones that are related to comic books are usually better.
Yeah.
Usually. Yeah.
But they're gonna do it like horror. It's not gonna be like so much a superhero movie, it's gonna be more of a horror movie.
Mm. Actually, you know what crossover would be really awesome?
What's that?
The Darkness versus Spawn. You remember the video game The Darkness?
Yeah.
That no one remembers? It was a really great series where you play a bad guy that gets these powers in the mafia.
And this time you're not the one getting scared by the monster, because you are the monster.
Yeah. Kind of, yeah. Actually, you know what? Spawn reminded me of the new Venom movie. Sorry. Reminded me of Spawn.
Dude, I'm excited for the new Venom movie.
I want to be, but at the same time, I'm hoping they do Carnage really well.
Who is it?
Carnage comes
Tom
out as
Hardy?
character. Yeah, it's Tom Hardy.
And he was sad that Tom Holland was gonna be in Venom, but then they told him he's not. Then he his personality changed. I was like, why? What? It's a Spider-Man movie. It's not about you. It's not about Venom. It's a Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
You eventually stop becoming Venom because Spider-Man gets the suit. He gets the alien as part of his suit.
Yeah, they're not gonna do Secret Wars. There's a lot of comic books they're just gonna glance over. When they do the Kree War, that one's gonna make me the most butthurt.
Here's the thing though. I have a theory on that Secret Wars. I think it's gonna happen because now Disney is gonna own those properties.
Yeah.
So Deadpool,
Fantastic Four.
They're actually gonna do something right with Fantastic Four instead of Fox.
People, oh my god, I'm gonna want all the merchandise for that new Fantastic Four movie when Disney comes out with it.
Yeah.
I want It's Clobbering Time t-shirt.
The Hulk versus the Thing.
That'd be pretty cool. They actually are really likable characters. They get along really well when they're together.
Yeah.
But they really like to beat the shit out of each other because they know the other person can handle it. So, we'll check you guys out next time. Hopefully we can get this out weekly, right? That's what
bi-weekly or weekly.
I'm hoping for
Or
weekly.
twice a week, maybe?
I thought that was bi-weekly.
Twice a week?
Yeah.
Like 2 times? Like... We'll figure out the schedule.
Yeah.
But this is all the time we had for Power Up.
The Power Up Podcast.
Yeah.
Hope you guys enjoyed it.
And please subscribe.
Yep.
If you like this content, subscribe.
And obviously we'll be looking into making a Patreon and the other stuff that people dislike. But we need to get the money. We're chasing that dollar bill, y'all.
Oh, maybe. Who knows? We'll see.
Yeah.
Well, for now, have a good afternoon.
Yep.
Good
This
night.
has been Ricardo and
Pedro.
we'll see you guys next time.
Ciao.
Peace.